A young man went abroad, studied and obtained advanced degrees, then returned home, married a beautiful, wealthy girl who was the cause of his misery had it not been for God's grace. HHM says, "My father died when I was young, and my mother took care of me. She worked as a maid in homes so she could support me, as I was her only child. She enrolled me in school, and I learned until I finished university. I was dutiful to her. Then my scholarship abroad came, and my mother bid me farewell, tears filling her eyes, saying to me, 'Take care of yourself, my son, and don't cut me off from your news. Send me letters so I can be assured of your health.' I completed my education after a long time and returned a different person, influenced by Western civilization. I saw religion as backward and reactionary, and I began to believe only in material life, God forbid. I got a high-ranking job and began looking for a wife until I finally found her. My mother had chosen a religious, conservative girl for me, but I refused to accept anyone but that beautiful, rich girl, because I dreamed of an aristocratic life, as they say. Within 6 months of my marriage, my wife plotted against my mother until I hated her. One day I entered the house and found my wife crying. I asked her why, and she said, 'Look, it's either me or your mother in this house. I can't bear it any longer.' I went crazy and threw my mother out of the house in a fit of anger. She came out crying and said, 'May God make you happy, my son.' Hours later, I went out looking for her, but to no avail. I returned home, and my wife, with her cunning and ignorance, managed to make me forget that dear, virtuous mother. I lost contact with my mother for a period of time, during which I was afflicted with a malignant disease that led to my hospitalization. My mother learned the news and came to visit me. My wife was with me. Before she could enter, my wife expelled her and said, 'Your son is not here. What do you want from us? Go away from us.' My mother returned where she came from. I left the hospital after a long period, during which my psychological state deteriorated. I lost my job and my home, and my debts piled up. All of this was because of my wife, who exhausted me with her numerous demands. Finally, my wife returned the favor and said, 'Since you have lost your job and your money and no longer have a place in society, I am telling you clearly, I do not want. Divorce me.' This news was like a thunderbolt that struck me. I did divorce her. I awoke from the slumber I had been in. I went out, wandering around looking for my mother, and finally I found her. But where did I find her? She was crouching in a shed, eating the charity of charitable people. I went in to see her. I found her sobbing and pale. As soon as I saw her, I threw myself at her feet and wept bitterly, and she joined me in crying. We remained in this state for a full hour. After that, I took her home and vowed to myself to be obedient to her, and before that, to follow God's commands and avoid His prohibitions. And here I am now, living the happiest and most beautiful days of my life, with the love of my life. My mother, may God protect her, and I ask God to grant us continued protection and well-being.